Hey everyone, Jeff here, the host and producer of the Best of LKN, the platform that focuses on the very best around Lake Norman, North Carolina. In this video, we're taking a look at a new residential construction concept that's gaining in popularity around the country, but especially here around Lake Norman, North Carolina. It's called a Barndominium. It blends luxury, function, beauty, and utility. And I can't think of a better place for this concept than right here in Race City, Mooresville, North Carolina. Join me for a tour of this amazing property. Welcome to Brawley Flats. Jenny Pippin's the principal at Pippin Home Designs, and she's the architect behind this beautiful property. Jenny, great to meet you in person.
Good to meet you as well, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
These concepts are amazing. How are people using these barndominiums?
Well, there's many options that people are using them for. Some of them are living in them, and a lot of them are storing their collections. You know, car collections or recreational vehicles, or even just having an extra place to throw a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and as well, you know, some people are also building them as investment properties, rental properties, and, you know, turning them and selling them as well.
What is it about the barndominium concept that's so appealing for these new homeowners?
I think it gives them the extra storage that they just don't have in their regular residences. A lot of people are living on the lake. They have smaller lots being on the water. They have all of these collections and nowhere to put them. So this is giving them a place that's local, you know, but off-site, so that they can have everything in one place and not having to pay for storage elsewhere. Then they can trick them out how they want to.
Well, as Americans, we love to accumulate things, right? And our toys tend to get bigger and bigger, so we need a place to put them. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Great work here.
Thank
the
you.
property is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to share it with you.
Michelle McKoy is the principal at Michelle McKoy Designs, and she designed this beautiful space. Michelle, welcome back. You were a guest on the podcast too, so listeners need to go back and listen to the Michelle McKoy episode on the Best of LKN podcast. Michelle, how do you make these barndominiums look so residential?
Exterior, a lot of times when you say barndominiums, everybody thinks of a big metal building, and we've done a really good job by adding a lot of materials. Stone, we did one in stucco. We've done a lot of details with cedar columns, cedar beams, front porches. We're doing a couple that are in vinyl, which are a little bit more cost effective, but we're doing some creative things with it by adding a lot of color and some very beautiful front doors and gorgeous lighting. So just to make them look like they would be in a development for living rather than an area where it looks like it's commercial. Jenny
mentioned that this concept is gaining in popularity, and I fully agree.
It is.
Do you think that this concept's here to stay?
I think it is here to stay. Willis, Spivey was the trendsetter. I remember when he bought these lots, he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to sell them, and we continuously get people that stop and want to know more about them. And it's actually spawned a lot of other people building them as well. This area, people are looking for storage, but they also want to not have to pay for a place to store, because as you know, everything that you lease now is very expensive. So to have an open concept where people can live in these structures or rent them out or entertain in them is ideal. So I do not think it's going away. I'm always asked on social media where the next development's going to be going, and we are venturing into another area, which is going to be Troutman. So we just continue to grow.
Yeah, it's not just for storage too, right? I mean, the open concept really lends itself to a great place to entertain. You could have some really creative parties here, for sure.
Yeah, you can.
And for a car guy like me, Barndominium is a dream. So yeah, it's very cool.
You know, you think about it too. A lot of people are always wanting to bring extended family or guests and they don't necessarily want them living in the house while they're there, or they don't have the room. So like this one that we're sitting in right now, there's the bottom level is for lease, and then the upper, the owners are going to live there temporarily or have family come to visit, stay there. So there's multi-purpose.
Perfect place for out-of-town guests, overflow. Yeah, perfect guest spot too. Michelle, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jeff.
Willis Spivey is the owner of Spivey Construction, and he's the builder here at Brawley Flats. Willis, thank you for your time and for showing me around the property. I really appreciate it.
No problem, thank you.
What made you decide to build Brawley Flats? What inspired this project?
Actually, a friend of mine used to live on Barber Loop, and he would call for 2 years, about every other month, wanting a place to put his cars. He has classic cars. And we would look, we'd find something across town. Nope, that's not close enough. I want this, I want this. So we ended up actually buying a building together. Front was office and the rear was warehouse. So we made his shop in the rear and I bought the front and leased it. And when it was said and done, he had over $500,000 in this shop. And so I thought, well, you know, I would like to have one. So that's how it started with him. And then my son is a commercial realtor, Lewis, with Spivey, with Equity Commercial. And they had this property listed. So it was more of the inspiration from my son because he worked with me trying to find the friend a property, and he's like, we get calls every week for people looking for this kind of property. And so we bought this property, and you know, like Michelle said, I was nervous. You know, I'd never done this before, and I'm like, God, why do you think there's gonna be 6 people out there that want one of these? And just immediately, we were all booked up. We were sold out. And I think within 6 weeks, we had commitment on every lot. And so it just it started from there. I mean, just took off.
It was a need that you saw in the market, right? People just kept requesting spaces like this, but then you had to take the risk, right? You had to, would they actually put their money where their mouth is when, you know, when you built the places?
Yeah, and you know, my son and John Kinley is the owner of Equity Commercial. They were like, the biggest problem you're not gonna have enough lots. And I was like, I hope you're right. And they were right. I wish we had another 10 acres.
It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. So, but it's worked well, and we've kind of created a little division over here for the Barndominiums. And they're fun. You know, I enjoy building them. I enjoy the clients. They're just fun people.
Yeah.
They're not so serious because they want to play. They have toys and want to play. So I've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Brawley Flats is just a beautiful, cool little Barndominium subdivision. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It really is. And it has done better than I expected. I didn't expect for the customer to spend as much money inside. I was thinking more it's just going to be kind of like a shop. But man, they have gone inside, you know, granite tops, nice cabinets, sheetrock, the whole unit, floor. They've just done a nice job, you know, more than I expected. So it's been fun.
I use the words luxury, function, beauty, and utility when I describe these places, and
that's true.
You truly have to, and you know, viewers will see some footage of the place, and they'll be able to appreciate and understand what's really going into these places and how it really blends all those aspects. Do you think, why do you think they've become so popular? What is it? Just families just need places to separate from where they live to like gather all their toys?
No, I think it's kind of intriguing to have a separate place. And, you know, most of them have the apartments that qualify for residential, but it's a place that like overflow for families to come. But I think the main reason is, you know, we live on the lake, you know, around the lake, and most people that are in developments on the lake are restricted for the lot sizes. The lot sizes are smaller, so there are no massive garages on these lake lots, and even the interior lots in the development. So they don't have a place to store. And I mean, just look around at this place.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even live here. He has a home here, but he lives in Pennsylvania. But all this stuff, where was he gonna put it?
Right.
You know, he has a home in the harbors, and you know, 3-car garage. Where's he gonna put it?
Yeah.
And the wives get involved, you know, and his wife's very involved in this. And so it's just, I think that's why they're so popular. They're just kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they are. You come in here, and what do you do? What do you do when you walk in here? You smile.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, this is cool. And I think that has, you know, just bled into other people, and they're just like, these things are cool, you know. So again, it gets back to people that just have toys and hobbies and need a place to keep them and play with them and look at them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't always drive them.
Yeah.
But it's fun just to look at them.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, well, we're right down the street from the Point and the farms and the harbors, a couple of Lake Norman's premier residential communities. And as you said, you can't put a structure like this on your lot in the Point, right? So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Willis, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Jeff,
your time again.
Thank you.